Welcome, everyone. Happy to see you again. And I'm not really going to say much because Senator Nina Turner needs no introduction. Uh, you've done amazing organizing. You've done amazing legislating. But I want to draw attention to the fact that every time you have to go to battle against one of these racist neoliberal idiots, I'm watching and cheering you, and we've got your back. So we're really thrilled to hear from you today.
My God, I wish we could be together in 3D. Once we get through this pandemic, baby, we will be able to do that. But despite the challenges, the Young Democratic Socialists of America, as Maria was laying out, you guys have been doing the thing. And I'm so proud of all of you because you are working to create the type of future and the type of America, and dare I say, the type of world that we all want to live in. You certainly are the thunder, the fire, the rain. Lord have mercy. Okay, I'm setting my timer because I want to make sure we got to keep you guys on track and I can go. I'm just really excited about where our collective movement is going and the fact that we are raising up a generation of young people who understand that it is vitally important to fight for what is just, for what is right, and for what is good. And you know what? It doesn't matter if people quite understand it or not, especially the people who want to bump up against progress. Every single generation is faced with a group of people who are in power who want to block progress. So I do not want you to get weary in well-doing. There are millions of Americans all across this country who believe in many of the things that we believe in. What is just, for what is right, and for what is good. The whole notion of the pursuit of happiness, the whole notion of having life and liberty is rooted in ensuring that our government stands for the many and not just for the moneyed few. And it is unfortunate that in this time in our country that we have, to quote the urban poet Tupac, we got money for wars, but we can't feed the poor. It is patently unfair and immoral and unfortunate that even in the midst of a global pandemic, some of these elected officials still find it hard to stand up for the poor, the working poor, and the barely middle class in this country. But baby, that's where we come in. That's where the grassroots come in. That's where young people like you come in. Because as the great Frederick Douglass once said, power concedes nothing without a demand. It never has and it never will. And we are out there making the damn demand. Yes. Hello, somebody. Let me get some finger snaps on that. We're making the demand. You know, we are going to have mountaintop moments and we're going to have valley moments. We're going to have those times when it feels like the things that we are fighting for are not going to come to fruition. But it is really in those moments where the real deep work is happening. And as long as we do not relent, the day is coming. And just as we stand on the shoulders of generations that have come before us, who were fighting in their time for a type of justice, whether it was anti-racism and against white supremacy, hello somebody, whether it was for women to have their rights in this country, hello somebody, whether it was fighting for immigration reform, hello somebody, whether it was fighting as Mother Jones did, and Mother Jones is one of my favorites when she said that I will pray for I will fight like hell for the living. I'm praying for the dead and fight like hell for the living. We can name our heroes and our sheroes and find that there was always somebody that was bumping up against them with the power, talking about how they were dreaming too big and reaching too high. In this moment, in the 21st century, the same struggle has overtaken us. We have far too many people in poverty. We have folks who don't have health insurance. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we can't even get the Democratic Party to put Medicare for all in the platform. Baby, that's where we come in, that we're going to continue to stand up. We know that we must cancel student debt. Hello, somebody. And I know everybody that is in this room and everybody that is listening may not necessarily be going to college, but we know that one path out of many is our ability to ensure for our children and our children's children a high quality education from pre-K, baby, all the way up to college. And it is time for a paradigm shift in this nation, that we must ensure that people are not graduating with a degree in one hand and debt in the other. If we can spend 61% of our discretionary budget, which was $1.19 trillion, and 61% of that goes to the Pentagon, to the military industrial complex. Baby, why can't we find the requisite money to invest in education, to invest in ensuring that people have jobs, to invest in infrastructure? Hello, somebody. And even as almost 50 million of our closest family and friends are battling with unemployment, as people right now in this very moment are receiving eviction notices, it has been so hard for both political parties to find a moral compass, because, baby, they ain't got one. We shouldn't have to beg folks to do the right thing, and especially in the midst of a global pandemic. See, that is where you come in. Make the damn demand, make it early, and make it often, that we who believe in freedom cannot rest. The great Ella Baker said that. So we who believe in Medicare for all cannot rest. We who believe in legalizing cannabis and bumping up against a war on drugs that hurt far too many Black communities and poor communities cannot rest. We who believe in college for all cannot rest. We who believe in a Green New Deal cannot rest. We who believe in defunding the police, i.e., investing those funds on the plus side of the ledger and changing the paradigm of how policing is done in the United States of America, baby, cannot rest. Those of us who do truly believe in liberty and justice for all cannot rest. That is where you come in. So we will have our valley moments, but in order to appreciate the mountaintop, you got to be in the valley. And we will be in the valley with so many other great sheroes and heroes who in their times were despised. I'm talking about the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I'm talking about people like Mother Jones. I'm talking about people like Fannie Lou Hamer. Hello, somebody. I'm talking about the Freedom Riders. See, young people, you are the 21st century version of those Freedom Riders who united. Young people who came together, who said, we're going to do a new thing in the United States of America, baby. That was in the 60s. Now we are in 2020, and you are the personification of their spirits and their drive to fight for a new thing in the United States of America, and dare I say the world. So young people, I am going to close with this. Well, two things I am going to close with. One is I want to bring you word from our dear brother, my dear friend, Michael Linder, a.k.a. Killer Mike. I want to send a word from him to you. When it comes to organizing, he has laid out what it takes for us to do these things. It's plot, plan, organize, strategize, mobilize, and capitalize. We're going to say this one more time. Plot, plan, organize, strategize, mobilize, and capitalize. Now, when you use that, you make sure you give attribution to our brother, Killer Mike. We must plot. That means those of us who believe in doing a new thing must get together. Once we plot, baby, we must have a plan. After the plan, we must organize. And that is what you do as the young democratic socialists of America all across this country. You are organizing. Once we are organized, we must strategize. After the strategy, baby, we must mobilize. And then after that, we are going to capitalize on all of our goodwill. Can a sister get a hello somebody on that? That is what we must do, and that is what we have to do. And know this, when history is written, it's going to talk about how some bold folks from all generations, both the seasoned and the young, came together to form a new social pact. And one that values, that puts an intrinsic value on the lives of every single human being and forces people who run for office to adhere to that. That is what we are fighting for. So I want to close with some words from my beloved grandmother, and many of you may have heard me tell this story on the campaign trail and various speeches that I have given. You cannot see the bottom of my t-shirt. You see the background, kind of. And Dwayne, I'm probably messing up everything. You can't see my head anymore. But baby, this says not me, us. This is the battle cry for all that is just, what is right, and for what is good. This is not about me, baby. This is about us. And we are going to go beyond. We're going to build on the great foundation that Senator Bernie Sanders started in this 21st century. And baby, we're going to take it on to the next level. So on to grandma. All you need to be successful in this life are the three bones: the wishbone, the jawbone, and the backbone. You see, the wishbone is for hoping and praying, because hope is the motivator, but the dream is the driver. The jawbone gives us courage to lift our voices and speak a certain truth to power. But we don't have to sit around and kowtow to people and pretend like our hair is not on fire. I had a boss who used to say, if your hair is on fire, baby, act like your hair is on fire. Well, our hair is on fire for justice. And we who believe in freedom cannot rest. But the last and most important bone of them all, my grandmother used to say, the superfragilalistic expialidocious bone is the backbone. Because our backbone will keep us standing through all of our trials and our tribulations. And in this life, sisters and brothers, we're going to go through some stuff. But we can't have a testimony without a test. And we are being tested to determine whether we have courage enough, conviction enough, faith enough, and fight enough to do what is right in our time. Young Democratic Socialists of America, baby, I know you got all of those ingredients. You got the wishbone, the jawbone, and the backbone. And millions of people are counting on you, counting on me, counting on us to continue to use our backbone to fight bump up against neoliberals and Republicans who don't want to do right by the people. Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never has, and it never will. And young people, we are making the damn demand. So keep the faith, keep the fight. I love you all. Mountaintop moments and valley moments. But baby, we're going to get through this. We're going to get through together. I love you all. Have a great convention.
Wow. Senator Turner bringing the fire. That was amazing. And now you're going to have to go and do the plotting that she's talking about. Thank you so much, Senator Turner. That was just amazing. Now it's time for the Saturday deliberation session when we plot the path forward for YDSA. So go to the left-hand side of your screen and look for the sessions tab, and then join the deliberation session. And as a democratic organization, a member-run organization, you all will decide what we, YDSA, we DSA, do next.